sizzling. Eat this. It is good.
Smoke rise. We...
Attack! Kill him! We win!
Before language was born, there was breath. Before thought, there was instinct. And before civilization took its first trembling step, there was Homo habilis. 2 million years ago, long before the first spark of culture, small bands of early humans wandered across the golden plains of Africa. They were not yet the masters of the world, but they were no longer its victims. Standing just over 4.5 feet tall, with long arms, barrel chests, and eyes deep as amber stone, they were hunters in the making. The very first humans to shape tools, wield fire, and stand against the wilderness. Their world was raw. The ground was cracked by sun and storms. The air carried the scent of dust, blood, and thunder. Predators ruled the night. Hunger ruled the day. But in the heart of this danger, something new was waking. The desire not only to survive, but to understand. The first tool was not an accident. A sharp edge, broken from stone, drew blood from a hand, and an idea was born. The cut could kill, but it could also create. When a stone struck stone, sparks flew, and that sound became the rhythm of progress. Every flake chipped from the rock was a thought made visible. Around a small fire, a group of Homo habilis watched the flames dance for the first time. Their faces, carved by wind and time, reflected the orange glow with wonder. They had stolen power from the sky. Lightning had given them a gift, and they turned fear into mastery. From that day, the darkness was never truly dark again. Together, they formed something more than a tribe. They became a family bound by survival. The alpha male, broad-chested and scarred, led with strength and patience. The females gathered, crafted, and guarded the young. The juveniles watched and learned, their bright eyes reflecting curiosity. Around firelight, instinct began to turn into memory. In the wild grasslands, they discovered unity. When danger came, they moved as one. Half upright, half beast, but fully alive. They learned to read the air, to listen to silence, to speak through glances and gestures. The hunt became not a chase, but a plan. Their spears were crude, but their coordination was new. They stalked herds from the cliffs, learned the direction of wind, the weakness of flesh. They built traps with branches and mud, guided prey into narrow paths. Each strike was deliberate, each breath shared. The moment they worked together, the first spark of strategy appeared. But nature always fought back. When the saber-toothed cat came, the earth shook. Its roar split the air, and the tribe faced death without running. The alpha lifted his spear, the female raised her axe, and they stood shoulder to shoulder. Fire flared, claws struck, blood sprayed into the dust, but they did not yield. That night, when the beast lay silent and the flames burned high, the tribe roared in triumph. They had conquered not just an animal, but fear itself. The ashes became sacred. The skull of the predator was left standing, a monument to courage. From the remains of that battle, they built tools. Bone turned into blade, fire hardened wood, knowledge turned into craft. For the first time, Homo habilis shaped the world around them instead of being shaped by it. Yet even in victory, they learned tenderness. When one of their own fell, they did not abandon him to the vultures. They gathered stones, laid the body gently, and built a cairn, the first grave. The elder female pressed her palm into the dust beside it. The mark remained, the first human symbol of belonging. Around the cairn, they hummed low tones. There were no words yet, but there was meaning. Grief, memory, and something close to love. Beneath the stars, they watched the fire die and realized that life was fragile and worth remembering. Seasons changed. The sky wept with rain. The earth turned to mud. Yet, they adapted again. They hunted through storms, using rain and thunder to mask their movements. They learned to chase as a team, to drag prey through rivers, to share meat instead of fighting for it. In the shimmer of water, their reflections looked back. Not beasts anymore, but people. Each new dawn brought a new invention. They used fire not only to cook, but to harden spears. They discovered the taste of roasted flesh, the warmth of cooperation, the power of shared labor. The elder female began using clay to clean wounds. The juveniles mimicked her, turning care into tradition. From survival came empathy, the first flicker of compassion. As days passed, they began to mark their territory with purpose. Stones stacked in circles became boundaries. Fire pits became centers of safety. Their voices grew bolder. Grunts became patterns. Tones became meaning. Language, in its purest form, was being born from need. At dusk, the tribe sat again around firelight. The alpha male's silhouette glowed against the red horizon, his new spear across his knees. The flame crackled between them, a mirror of the sun that had once terrified their ancestors. Now, it obeyed their hands. Children played in the dusk, throwing stones, mimicking the hunters. Women laughed, low and rhythmic. Men sharpened blades, their reflections trembling in the orange glow. Overhead, stars stretched endlessly. But for the first time, the tribe did not look up with fear. They looked with wonder. Homo habilis, the handyman, the creator, the one who turned chaos into order. They were not giants, not geniuses, not yet us. But
Sizzling.
everything that we
Eat
are
this.
began
It
with
is
them.
good.
Smoke
Their
rise.
sweat became
We give thanks.
civilization. Their breath became language. Their struggle became story. Every spark struck in the dark was a prophecy. Every footprint left in the mud was a direction. Every glance shared around the fire was a promise that one day those hands would build cities, draw stars, and touch eternity. They were the first to hold fire, the first to bury their dead, the first to stand together and say, without words, we endure. And as the sun rises again over the ancient plateau, the tribe of Homo habilis moves forward. Small silhouettes against the golden horizon, carrying flame, stone, and memory. The journey of humankind has just begun.